Oh, hey everybody, this is One Wisdom. We are back for part 8-3 of our Wii Fit Plus Aerobics playthrough. Be the 30-minute duration of the free step 3.0 METs. Do aerobics while you watch TV, just follow the sound of the Wii remote. Again, I'm talking fast. The 30-minute free run turned out to be like 7.9 gigabyte. So it took a while. I had to save it multiple times to compress it, and it takes forever to upload. So, okay. Our trainer just said welcome back. Goal is 2400, so 8, 1600, 24 for 10, 20, and 30 respectively. Change your leading legs sometimes to distribute your weight evenly. So just keep that in mind if you're watching TV. It doesn't actually tell you that through the Wii remote. Drink lots of water. Go in a set rhythm instead of a rush. And again, you can go do whatever. Mute this, go to a different channel, keep it on in picture. The game is going to continue to register your steps. I'm going to go ahead, crank the pace up, and what I've been doing, if you've got picture-in-picture, it works out really good. I can just come in and basically swap over, which is what I'm doing right now. The sound comes through the Wii remote. I've got the Wii Fit Plus free step in the corner in my picture-in-picture, and then I've got ESPN on. So if it's the news, a movie, whatever, you don't have to have picture-in-picture on either. It's just it kind of helps keep me, on pace. I can monitor my progress. So again, there's really not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. The 10-minute version that you start with, your goal is 800 steps. The 20-minute version, it was 1600. And then here for the 30-minute, it's also proportional, basically 10 to 800. So we're looking at 30 minutes and 2400 steps. That seems like a lot right now, but we'll get there pretty quick. So, and you know what it said to change your legs. So if you ever watch this, just know that about every 200 steps, you can go ahead and rotate. So I was eating a Starburst. Again, the only time this would be practical would be you've got something that you want to watch that's 30 minutes to an hour long, and you want to work out at the same time. If your goal is to collect the fit credits, or get 30, 40 minutes, whatever have you, of game time in on Wii Fit. You get in late, you're torn between catching the news or your favorite show and working out, because that's when it falls in your schedule. This allows you to kill two birds with one stone. Personally, I would rather do advanced step, and 24 minutes of something else. But, say it's, you get in late Sunday night, and your team had a game that night, or Monday night, or Thursday, whatever. This lets you do two things at once. More importantly, you get credit for it. You could sit there and do crunches, while you watch TV, or run in place while you watch TV, but if you're active on Wii Fit, and you actually want, to work towards getting 30 or so minutes every night, 30 fit credits, this is your ticket. So Uh, let's see. Actually, I did the 30-minute free run last night. It's now, well, it's Friday night. It's technically Saturday morning, August 6th, a little after midnight. But the goal is, hopefully this weekend, to be done with aerobics. All I really like is a 2-player run, which again I don't exactly know what in the heck that'll be, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'll figure it out and try to get it done, and from there we can finally move on. We will have completed yoga, strength training, and aerobics, and I plan to do the balance games next, and then training plus last. I still have 2 or 3 parts of mystery case files that's actually been done that I just haven't uploaded. And then last night I did parts 10 and 11 of Dodge Racing, and I think they both finished uploading now, so that one's getting pretty close to being done. It's kind of annoying. I wanted to re-race a lot more and get our points up, and the first one I re-raced, and I think part 10, it just automatically let me advance, because I got the 40 points I needed. And so we're in second place, but we're just so far behind the hack that's in first. I'm afraid like I'm going to get to stage 15, and it's going to be like, oh, hey, you came up short, why don't you re-race all this? And I will have said, well, geez, I would have already done that, but took the option away. But once I finish that, I'm actually going to go through and race on Team Challenger, and then I am debating. There's a couple I've been kicking around. I don't figure many people are going to watch all 30 minutes of this unless something crazy, your Wii goes out or something, and you absolutely love free step. I don't really know. Maybe then it'll be of service to you and the commentary won't be pointless. But for those that persevere through this, I figured I'd give you some insight. I'm kind of torn. I've debated doing a Gold's Gym cardio playthrough. I played that. It was like Labor Day last year, which I really like it. It actually, for being the Wiimote and nunchucks, it works pretty good. But I got a lot of that done, and I don't think I was even like a fifth of the way through, so starting over wouldn't be devastating. I've debated that, and then Wii Sports Resort. I don't know if I want to do a complete playthrough or just portions of it. Maybe like the sword flight and flyover, something like that. And then of course, ultimately, I want to get back into the Mario stuff for everybody. I'm sort of thinking, I don't know if anyone's done this route before, but when I was a kid, we get a giant box. It's, a Nintendo Entertainment System. Came with the power pad for, it was actually one cartridge with 3 games on it. The original Mario Brothers game, Duck Hunt, and yes, it did come with the orange zapper. And then the third game was World Class Track Meet, hence why you had the power pad. Which really, speaking of that, the balance board is essentially, a power pad that's wireless. And it's not like the whole dance type thing, but that's essentially what it is, if you get right down to it. Uh, but where I'm going with that is, I'm kind of wondering, you know, I actually always held out from buying the virtual console versions of the games. Number one, because I had them on NES, and kind of what I was thinking is, we just hit 1,000 steps, by the way. But what I was sort of thinking about doing, you know, of course, for me, when Super Mario All-Stars came out for the Wii, it was a no-brainer because I hadn't spent the $5 to get 1, 2, and 3, plus the soundtrack, you know, the bonus history book, everything. You know, what I'm considering doing is coming in and doing the first 3 off of Super Mario All-Stars. That's conceivably what somebody that's just getting into Wii or Mario or something might do. You know, they probably got Galaxy and then backtrack, you know, for the later generations. But, you know, for me, that's where it all started. You know, I actually never had Mario 3. All my friends did. But, you know, most of them didn't have Mario 2, which we had. So, you know, it kind of worked out pretty good. I remember in Mario 3, one of the kids up the street that we'd play with, we could never get past the ice world, it seemed like. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to get in there and tackle that, see if I can do it. Mario 2, I think, just keep in mind, I mean, I was like, 3 or 4, you know, and played it, you know, regularly, but, I mean, what happened, I got Tecmo Basketball, I think it was like 1992, I mean, I thought that game was just like the shit, you know, that's when Michael Jordan was in his prime, and I mean, I would just play that endlessly. It's actually still a really good game. I remember the sound effects and like the cutscenes for a dunk, and like you win the championship. It's got like your little team logo and the generic like drawing of arms holding up the trophy. I doubt many people even know what I'm talking about. You know, I mean, it predates SNES and NBA Jam, which that was also awesome when it first came out. What I'm thinking, I've got to change the sound. It's driving me crazy. Not that this is any better. You know, held that up. Hopefully it comes through the mic, but first sound was getting old after about 10 minutes. But I kind of thought it'd be cool to come in with All-Stars and actually hit it that way. You know, just start there, do Super Mario Bros. And then the Lost levels, which, I mean, you know, no one really had till later on, like when the Virtual Console came, unless you were just a fanatic. Thing is, people my age, you know, like when you're 6, 7 years old, you know, a little older after you've had your Nintendo, you didn't have the internet back then, you know, like early 90s. So it's not like you can hop on eBay and be like, oh sweet, you know, I'm going to buy the Lost levels and import it from Japan. I mean, that's just like urban legend crap at that point. But, you know, nonetheless, I think that'd be a pretty cool way to do it. Plus, it should save my progress. And then I would come in from there, which I'm actually torn between starting with All-Stars or Super Mario World, which, you know, I still think that's one of the greatest games ever made. You know, whether you grew up with it, you know, or you've got kids now or a niece or a nephew, you know, chances are, and regardless, you know, whether they're into Connect or, you know, not into video games or just, you know, won't get away from Mario Galaxy 2, I mean, I still feel like you can sit someone down in front of Super Mario World, you know, and they'll get into it. It's just too good of a game. I mean, at the time, and again, I took the concept you saw in Mario 3 and just infinitely improved it. It was awesome. Well, that's kind of what I'm kicking around. Got a few other things I won't really go into detail on, but I don't know. It's just there's so many options, And actually, it would be cool to do Tecmo basketball, and I don't think anyone would really view it unless they're just like nostalgic like me or something, and they think, oh, I played that back in the day. But there's just a lot of options, and then I've got some more niche games. Kind of like to do Chrysler Classic Racing, which I've already beat. Might be cool to do Donkey Kong or Kirby, some of that stuff, but it's all been done. But there's a lot of people, they'll watch stuff on the net, but sometimes, there's some really good channels that people just don't even know exist. So, the goal is, like Mystery Case Files, hopefully people that watch that playthrough might check in on this, or, they'll see me do another one on down the road and actually refer to that for help, or, just check a game out, see if it's something you'd like type deal. But I think the Gold's Gym, I don't know if anyone, that's probably bad, I've never checked, but I don't know if anyone has ever actually done a playthrough on it or not, but I think it'd be cool, particularly if no one's ever done it, But to go through and do all the Mario games would be insane. That would probably keep me busy until, Christmas if you played regularly, Because you'd have 1, 2, 3, the Lost Levels, Super Mario World. If you did all the kick-out games, it would be, good grief, But doing the main ones, you basically go from, Super Mario World, and then you'd step up. You could do Paper Mario. To me, it was always kind of like a side game. Some are really good. It's just, I felt like the main adventures, you went from SMW to Super Mario 64, and then Super Mario Sunshine, and then Galaxy. I actually knew Super Mario Brothers Wii would have to fall in there too. That's strictly the, consoles. I won't even go into the portables, but it's surprising how many people don't really know about Super Mario Sunshine. I don't know what it is. I don't know if everyone was just held on to their Nintendo 64, playing Mario and Bond and Mario Kart or something. But man, sorry, I'm watching the Phillies and Giants have a fight. Jeez, these guys are getting after it. This is game 2 of 4. I'll play Saturday and Sunday too. So if you're looking for something to do before, I assume it would be a day I don't know. It's in San Fran. Uh, the NFL Hall of Fame inductions are tomorrow, but if they have a brawl like they did today, that'd be pretty sweet. you know. But anyway, back to what I was talking about, Super Mario Sunshine. I just feel like a lot of people just somehow overlooked it. I don't know if they didn't have, the system or what. But, you can still actually buy GameCubes used. And of course, you can play GameCube. A lot of people don't know that. You can actually play GameCube discs on the Wii. Biggest problem there is simply you get them used if you didn't have one yourself and they're scratched. It doesn't read it, you eject it, you clean it, it reads it, and then you'll just be going along doing good, and it'll just have a disk error. That's why I recommend saving as often as possible on those. But unfortunately, I didn't grow up, I didn't have a GameCube, so what I basically have to do is pick the games up. You can buy it new, but it's like $100, which, the minute you open it, that was pointless, but you get a used one, they guarantee them to play, that's always a load, but I get them, I've got Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine, and it's hit or miss if they read or not. Generally, once you get them playing, you're good to go, but you could play for 2 hours and come back the next night and it won't read, so there's really no real logic to it. But really, if you look at it, just playthrough terms, just search it and go to Google or check YouTube, and not a lot of people have done Sunshine, or at least compared to the other Mario games. Which, if you're into Mario, I would recommend checking it out. It's a little bit different of a storyline and everything, but it's still pretty cool. I know I was playing it pretty regularly for like a week last year in the fall, and I don't know, I'd gotten to like the second or third, world or level, whatever you want to call it, and I came in one night and it was like bogging down, it wouldn't play, and I just got off on some other stuff, and I've actually hadn't played it since, but I would like to go in and beat that. Of course, thing to do now would be to record it since I can. Meanwhile, back to this. 7.5 minutes left about. Now it's 7.5. We're at just shy, about 55 away from our goal, which was 2,400 steps. So we're obviously going to hit that unless the batteries go out and we fall and break a hip or something. Which if that happens, I'll just tough it out and finish it with my hands or something for you. But I'm excited to get this one done just because I want to move on to the like the good stuff. Not that there's not good stuff that we've done already. It's just these are kind of boring and they're really, really long. So I'm gonna turn the turn the sound completely off. You can only stomach that for so long, but again, if you're watching TV or something, this really isn't too bad, and you can just lose yourself in that while being active. You don't have to try and commentate on it, but again, main thing is, I figure if you're watching this, you should at least have something worthwhile to know, so kind of gives you an idea of what I might be planning to do. No guarantees on any of it, but it'll be something good, hopefully. I know a lot of people, could care less about the Dodge Racing deal. And again, I'm doing that one for me. But I mean, anytime you do the main Nintendo titles, you'll always have an audience. Mario games, any of the main adventures, really any of the side games, particularly Mario Kart, Brawl, stuff like that. Most of the sport ones you'll even pick up a niche following. I do have Mario Sports Mix. That game was not well received at all. Played at Wi-Fi with friends a few times. I would actually like to go in and do single player mode. I was reading like 2 weeks ago something about, I can't remember, something the Toads were sitting there, and I think it was Bowser, and I'd be shocked if it wasn't. I came and took something. I don't really remember it. I think it was some review I was reading, but it's kind of like Brawl. A lot of people don't do the single player mode. They like get it and they either battle their friends or get online, and that may be something I do. There's so many freaking options, but and again, the reason I'm even rambling on about all of this is because we're doing a playthrough of Wii Fit Plus. It has to be 100% complete, which mandates that we have to do the 30-minute basic step, or free step, I'm sorry. And there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. Any tips and tricks? Don't really have any. You step on and off, maybe rotate your legs. If you get tired, feel free to pause it, get a drink, something like that. But it's really not too strenuous. I can't remember if it was this one or the 30-minute free run. I was saying that I thought my legs, I think it was a 30-minute free run last night. I think I told everybody that my legs were going to be really sore and that they'd locked up on me. I mean, I got in, I showered just because it was so freaking hot up here. And, I wouldn't even know that I'd done that for 30 minutes, Legs weren't sore at all. Woke up, they're not sore. I'm doing this, they're not sore. So, I think it's just like immediately following and during, But good news is we've got like 2.5 minutes left. So this is almost over. Again, as soon as this gets done, we're going to go in, do whatever it is you do on the 2-player run. I really don't know. And if there's stuff you can unlock on it, I don't know if it would have been unlocked through other runs, or if I'll have to actually work my way up to it. But anyway, we'll get to that and figure it out. And then, I know there'll be short videos when I do this, but when I come into the balance games, first up will be soccer heading. What I'm planning on doing is having it be, part 1, and it'll be the, 2 minutes for the basic, and then the 3 minutes for the expert, so it'll be like a 5 to 7 minute video, basically. And then for part 2, what is it? Is it the ski jump or the slalom? Anyway, whichever one it is, I'm going to go in. I'm not going to do part 1 and have it be soccer heading, ski jump, snowboarding, and, I'm going to keep them all separate. Main reason for that, I was thinking about it. The way I've done aerobics, granted I did freestyle it, it's kind of confusing. There's 9 exercises, and when I come in and do the 2-player run, it'll be part 10. You know, just I'm trying to avoid something like that again. So it'll be 9 parts to the balance games, and you know, that way, like say I do really bad, there's some I don't play often. You know, like I'm in the tightrope and then so can't even think of what they call it. I'm thinking of the EU name, but it's like a Zen sit or whatever. It's the one where you sit there. I don't play that often, so I mean it might take me like 2 or 3 times to 4-start. So I'll just go in and do it, and it won't matter because it'll still be a short video. It's easy to upload. But anyway, held the Wii remote up so you could hear that. She basically 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 done, then it vibrates. So you won't just be stranded if you don't do picture-in-picture, you know. But as you can see, just wrapped up the 30 minutes. Our goal was 2,400 steps. We blew that away, almost got 700 more. But 3,082 steps, rank of calorie incinerator, and 4 stars. As you can see, the crowd's going wild because they can finally leave, you know. But you know, here will be our stats. Again, for some reason they don't keep track of it, which is kind of disappointing. But again, that was on the fast pace, basically right after I quit reading the warnings, if anyone wonders. 30 minutes, 116 calories. And again, big perk, if you do collect the fit credits and have a set number you go for. The game wants you to get at least 30, so if you do this while watching the news or your movie, you're done for the day. Again, this wraps up part 8-3, wraps up the free step. I've actually already completed the free run, so those are done. Now all we lack is a 2-player run, but I'm going to end this here, save it again, then go in and add the audio and try to upload something that's easier to manage. But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. And again, I apologize about rambling through the middle. It's just extremely difficult to talk about anything pertaining to stepping on and off a balance board for 30 minutes. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time when we wrap up our Wii Fit Plus Aerobics playthrough.